Okay. And I'll, did I hang up then? Now, are we? Okay, do we leave this open so we can talk or what? So they can hear us or can we hear them?
Terry.
All righty. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order. May I have roll call, please?
Here.
Mr. Blair?
Here.
Mr. Gillis?
Clerk Belkey,
Here.
we can barely hear you.
Here.
I can barely hear you.
Okay. Mr. Gillis?
Here.
Better? Is that better?
Yes,
Little bit.
much
Ms. Harris?
here.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Garbeck?
Here.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Here.
Motion carries.
At this time, we'll take a moment of silent prayer, and if you would please keep the Warner family in your prayers tonight. And would everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag
To the flag of the United States of America,
and to the
To the
republic
republic.
to the republic,
which it
which
stands,
stands
one nation, under
One
God,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
liberty and
justice
justice for
for
all.
all.
At this time, may I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So moved.
Is that Gillis?
Or
And Harlow?
Roll call, please.
Okay. Mr. Blair?
yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Ms. Harris?
Yes,
Mr. Martin?
Yes,
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, we have no presentations, so we'll get right into public comments. At this time, public may comment. You're limited to 5 minutes to speak, and state your name and your address, please, before you speak. Anyone like to speak?
My name is Stephanie Smith. 1813 Drive. I want to let you know that I did sell my house as is. We're having a hard time with this phone. Yeah, I can't hear it. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't either. It's crazy. Just turn it off. And how we can hear. Can you hear us?
There's a lot of backfeed in it.
Hello?
We can hear things, but we can't understand you.
We're going to turn it off. Turn it off. Okay. Let's try now. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
yeah.
We can't hear them now. I can't hear you guys. So can you guys hear me? I'm not sure. But my
Yes.
name is Stephanie Smith. 1813 St. Clair River Drive, Algonac, Michigan. I sold the house as is to some investors. So I will be leaving Algonac.
All right,
I don't know what they're saying.
thank you for that
We can't
information.
hear anything there.
Oh, I can't hear anything either.
And I do understand that the
Okay, I can't get it to-
Algonac staff does know
It's not working.
that information, but they need more information from you.
Hello? We can't hear anything.
Is there anything you want to say? Anything else you need to say?
Do what? I want to let you know that the house is sold as is, and the people who are buying it are investors, and they said they would take care of what needed to be taken care of. So I will be leaving Algonac.
Thank you for that information.
Okay.
Any other comments?
No, I just want to let you know that I've been moving my stuff, and then they're going to come in and then take care of everything. So I'll be able to move out.
Thank you. Are there any other citizens that wish to be heard this evening? Seeing and hearing none, we'll go on in our agenda. We do not have a city manager's report tonight, but we do have our consent agenda. It consists of our regular meeting minutes from December 15th of 2020. If you could, or could I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Roll call, please. Or any discussion? Were there any corrections, additions, or discussion in that? Roll call, Sam?
Mr. Gillis? Mr. Martin? Mr. Harris? Sorry.
Yes.
Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right, we have no unfinished business, so we'll get into our new business. It's the adoption of Resolution 2021-01 and concerns the 2021 poverty exemptions. Each year, we're required annually to adopt the guidelines that set income levels for their poverty exemption guidelines. These guidelines are used by our assessor and the Board of Review. They're updated annually by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the income level can be set, may be set higher, but it may never be set lower than the federal guideline. In the past, we have made it a policy to adopt the poverty exemption guidelines as established by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2021-01 for 2021 poverty exemptions and direct the city clerk to sign the resolution on behalf of the city.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Mr. Martin? Mr.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Our next item of business deals with the written findings of fact and order of demolition for 4 different properties. We'll take them one at a time. The city attorney has requested the city council approve the attached written findings in fact and order of demolition for the following properties. I'll name them all at this time, but as I said, we'll take each one separately. 144 Channelside, 204 St. Clair River Drive, 1813 St. Clair River Drive, and 1830 St. Clair River Drive. All costs associated with demolition or cleanup of the property will be reimbursed to the city by the property owner. A lien may be placed on the property to ensure collection. First up, I'd like to, do we do these each separately or can we do them all at once? City Manager Gerstenberg?
You can do one motion, but it does have to be a roll call motion.
Okay, all right. May I have a motion, please?
Before the motion, Denise, may I address the mayor?
Can we get the motion on the table so we can discuss it?
I
Is that
suppose,
all
yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the written findings of fact and order of demolition for 144 Channelside, 204 St. Clair River Drive, 1813 St. Clair River Drive, and 1830 St. Clair River Drive as presented, and direct the city attorney to take such legal action as necessary to carry out the terms and provisions of the order.
Support.
Okay. Discussion. Now, Councilman Blair?
Yeah, I apologize for my disorder early on that. Is this still valid because the young lady, Stephanie Smith, called 1813 St. Clair River Drive, but now it's in here for demolition? Is there something that it's removed due to new homeowners, due to being sold, or is it still?
No, we continue on with
Okay.
it because we're talking about the property.
Okay.
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 Any other comments?
Mayor,
Questions?
Mayor, do you know if anyone has submitted any type of action plan to rehabilitate any of these properties?
204 indicated they wanted to take care of something, but they have not filed anything on it. And my understanding is no one has. In fact, for the channel side, there's been no response from them.
Okay, thank you.
And for the record, I just want to mention that the 204 St. Clair River Drive and 1830 St. Clair River Drive are both boathouses. They are not the homes, it's boathouses.
Which two?
204 and 1830.
Thank
Any
you.
other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item on our agenda is accounts payable for our accounts payable and payroll. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $461,313.16.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Ms. Harris?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Items for our next agenda. Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. We will have an audit report. We will have another dangerous building written findings for a home on Lock Haven that was damaged by fire. And we are still waiting to confirm, but we are expecting Sheriff Matt King to provide his semi-annual report.
All right. Thank you. All right. Next, we're going to call for comment. Councilman Martin?
Yeah, I just hope that everyone had a safe and happy holiday season, and I hope we're all ready to pull together and get us through this upcoming year. Hopefully it won't be as difficult as the past one was.
Thank you. Councilwoman Harris?
I pass.
Councilman Scarbeck?
I'm going to take a fast tonight too. Thank you.
All right. Councilman Blair?
Well, Happy New Year, Council. I hope everybody had a great New Year, great holiday with their family. Spring's around the corner before you know it. I think this COVID will be behind us before we know it. And things will be back to how they were. We may have to make some provisions in our life to do so, but I hope it's all for the better. And can't wait to get together again in person. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you. Councilman Gillis?
Good evening, everybody. I hope, like Councilman Blair said, I hope everybody had a great holiday season, safe. One thing I do want to say tonight is the other day on Facebook, somebody posted a picture of a free sled library for a sledding hill. And so I contacted the members of Henry's Club and we built one and it will be installed tomorrow. And I'd like to thank Councilman Scarbeck for the donation of sleds. So we will have sleds for anybody to use at the bottom of the sledding hill. And it will have a rack and it'll have a number to call in case their sleds are broken so we can exchange them out. So it's just another addition that we're going to have here in Algonac.
Thank you. All right. Mayor Pro Tem Bembas.
Hi, Mayor. I just have two quick questions. One is, have we heard anything about meetings resuming, face-to-face meetings?
Well, right now, I had talked with City Manager Gerstenberg about that. Right now, the Open Meetings Act allows, there's an extension till March 31st, I believe, for virtual meetings. But that doesn't mean it can't happen sooner, but that's hanging out there and I don't think we'll know anything probably for another week or so, if that's going to be extended. So, if we have to not be face to face.
Well, we have?
I'm excited about getting back together too.
Do we have any other options like meeting in a larger building where we can social distance or anything like that, or is this just black and white? We cannot meet face to face.
City Manager Gerstenberg, can you answer that? I don't know if it's required. I know right now it's very difficult for us to have the public in there.
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. No, at this time, that you are not allowed to have any in-person meetings.
Thank you.
Okay. And one other question or comment, and I don't know if it can be put on a future agenda or at least thought about. It's never too early to think about water levels. Have we heard anything about next year's water levels?
What I've heard, with talking to some people in Port Huron, it's going to be lower than it was last year.
Okay.
And so, I mean, anything lower would be better than what we've had, but it's not going to get worse. Or at least that's the prediction. And really, that's all it is a prediction. And that doesn't take weather into consideration at all. If we have bad storms and winds, of course, we're going to have problems.
Mayor,
the direction.
I spoke with Justin Westmiller 2 weeks ago, and his prediction is, from what he's hearing, 12 to 14 inches lower than its highest point this year, is what he told me. I spoke with him, I think, about 10, 12 days ago. I don't know if that helps or not.
Is it possible to have him out and talk to us?
I could ask him, because I have to talk to him about something else this week that I was involved in with Homeland Security. And I could ask him if he could come out and just let us know give us an update or hop on to one of our meetings and talk with us.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. I'd like to extend our deepest condolences to Lori Warner and her family in the loss of her father. Also, I want to thank all the individuals, the businesses, and the organizations that have stepped up and contributed in some way to make our holiday season brighter. And I think all the effort that went into it, it was much brighter than what it looked like it was going to be. And I can't thank our community enough. We always step up. And this time we went over and above. And I just really appreciate everyone that was involved in that. Thank you. With that, Councilman Blair, you got anything for us?
I would like to make a motion to adjourn till we talk again.
Support.
Have a great night, everyone.
Roll call, please. First, we're not done until we do roll call.
Mayor Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mr. Bembas,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Mr. Gillis,
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hope to see you soon.
Oh, I do too.